Hi guys, my name is CMAC and I'm from CMAC's Paperbacks and I'm here to do another book review with you. So today we are reviewing Tell Me Everything. It's actually a lot longer title than that. It's Tell Me Everything, The Story of a Private Investigation by Erica Krauss. Now, I think I've said this before, I don't really research books, I kind of dive in. And I read a lot of thriller books and books that are meant to trick the reader. So please do not make fun of me when I say that yes, the author gives a little blurb at the beginning that says how she changed the names of everything. I thought it was part of the story, I guess. So when I started reading it and the beginning of the book, the author mentions how she's the type of person to make people just tell their soul. I thought it was almost like a magic power. Okay, we get further into the book and things start getting a little dry. And then I research it and I realize this is a nonfiction. So it does turn very nonfiction-y, you know, where we're just trying to just say facts, and it's less about entertainment and more about making sure the story is told correctly. The author does a very good job of that, I'd say. It's just if you're not expecting a nonfiction, it might get you. When I look through other reviews, everything seems very split. A lot of people, which I agree with, wonder as you're reading, what's the point here? When are we getting to the good stuff, or where are we going with this? Why are you telling me this? The story is so detailed in some parts, and then we just jump ahead and we move on to here or there. And so I do totally agree. You feel like you're being dragged slowly along, told little pieces, and you're getting there. Then all of a sudden, we're on a new case, So that part of the story is told very sprint, stop, sprint, jump. It's exhausting. And again, the way I'm saying it too, that part of the story. What is the story, I guess? Because what Erica did was, as she was telling the story of the rape of, or really just the culture of schools allowing this kind of stuff to happen and letting people who play sports, especially football players maybe, get away with it. As she's telling, which is the case she was investigating, as she's telling that story, she's adding in details of her own life. And they're very true, they're very raw, and you shouldn't say one crime's worse than another, really. But you could say Erica experienced a really painful thing, and it is kind of worse. It was in her childhood. She doesn't want to name the person. In my opinion, is because by naming them in a book, she's giving power to them. So following that thought, my theory and thoughts on it is Erica started talking about the case she worked on, and through that used this novel as kind of a therapy session to work through her own childhood trauma. And that is why she added to the case, or added to the story, the case of her own, and going back and forth. We go back in time to listen to her tell her traumatic events as she happened throughout her life. And to me, it as a person, I really feel for Erica. I think she was really, really detailed and really raw about it, and she really opened up, and I think I really feel for her. I think I would probably, I don't want to be gross. I would read a book on just her life and how she even got to where she is, where she's an author. She experiences this. How did she overcome that? I'd love to read about that. I think that's interesting. But as a reviewer, what she added didn't add to the actual story or the telling of her being a PI to fight the school against this aggressive culture they have in the athletic department. It didn't add to it. It actually made as I was struggling as a reader, as the overarching whole point of this story, it made it even more confusing and difficult for me. So it didn't add to it, and it kind of ruined the book. But I don't even know if not having it or having it would have helped. I don't know. The story isn't my favorite. The novel isn't my favorite. I keep saying story. It's not a story. It's nonfiction. It's not my favorite. I don't think it was really told well. I think Erica has her own story is a really good story to tell. And I think if she were to write a book of just that, it would be giving person X, her abuser that she doesn't want to name, she calls him X in the book, it would be giving X almost more power, writing a book about him or her. It's a boy, I think, man. So I could see why you wouldn't want to do that. But I could also see that she could really let it out in that way and not add it into other books. For me, this is a 2.5, 3-star book. I think I enjoyed being made aware that this case happened and that Simone did stand up for herself and did get, I don't want to spoiler, but I mean, I guess the case story is already. I'm glad I'm aware that this happened in the world and that it's a sad thing that happened, but it's always nice when justice kind of happens. It always it's a feel good thing, it's not just all bad. We got somewhere in the end and we're trying to change culture and yada yada. So I do like that. My last little quip is, I'm going to hop on a soapbox quick. Erica adds a lot of political, to me, references. And I think we all need to kind of stop it. I think you shouldn't judge someone based on their political views before even knowing them. I mean, she was judging, she was saying how, well, this person was appointed by this person, so they must be a bad person. And I think we need to stop creating that line. And she created that line often. And it annoyed me. Because it annoys me when we're all like, what was that? There was a meme of, thanks, Obama. Like, I'm annoyed with that. And I'm annoyed that if you were to find out, how I voted, you might have different views on me, even though you liked me previously. Or or you don't like somebody and you find out they voted for someone you liked and then you like them. I mean, it can go either way. And she did a lot of that. And every time it came up, I went, not like. So okay, now I'm stepping off my soapbox. That's not the way I reviewed it. Here it is. Tell me what you thought. Did you enjoy it? Did you know it was nonfiction when you picked it up? Did you enjoy the book? Did you enjoy Erica? Do you enjoy her personal story? Do you feel for her? How did you feel about this book? Let me know in the comments below. Again, full review also below in the description. Check out cmacspapermacs.com to see more reviews. And thank you for watching. This is a long one. Thank you guys for making it this far. Bye.